Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. Here we have today a Mazda 6. Now this is being defleeted as one of our company cars. It belonged to one of our service managers, and it's time for a new car. So here she is on the market, and I must say the Mazda 6 I still believe is one of the best cars in our range. Now this one is the 2-litre petrol automatic. It's a saloon, and it's the SEL Nav Plus model. Now this has got the SKYACTIV-G, so it's got a mild hybrid engine. These are very good on fuel and still employ a 4-cylinder engine. It's 2-litre, so it's not like, you know, a lot of those manufacturers who've got 1.4 or even 1-litre engines in a car of this size. Now this car's done about 7,500 miles. It is lovely. Now all the wheels are unmarked. The bodywork's unmarked. I had it cleaned yesterday actually. We had a bit of rain last night, unfortunately. But the car is beautiful, ready for the next owner. Now we'll probably, no, in fact we will definitely do the first service on this car, ready for the new owner. Now this is a plus model car, so it comes with goodies like a heads-up display and Apple CarPlay and other bits and pieces, which I'll go into more detail when we get in the vehicle. But look at this boot, enormous. I've got floor mats here. I don't know why my valeter does this. He cleans them and puts them in the boot. I don't know why. So we've got floor mats with the vehicle. It's got a 60/40 split rear seat, and this boot is enormous. Now unless you wanted to carry around, I don't know, a dog cage or I don't know, a fridge freezer or something, that boot, well, it would meet all my needs. Now look at this as well. This is where these cars are superb. Look at the room in the back. Now I'm really sad that they're discontinuing the Mazda 6 for the UK market. I'd imagine they're still producing it in other markets, but saloon cars, estate cars, there's a bit of a decline really. People are going more SUV, and obviously Mazda has 3 cars in its SUV range, but I always had these as company cars. If you've watched any of my previous vehicles, you know I'm not telling a porky pie there, because I always do say that, and these are just lovely. I drove this back from where did I drive back from? Belvedere, in Friday night traffic back to Orpington, because it was with a customer of ours whose car was being repaired, and I thought this is just lovely. It's so easy to drive, really good on fuel, really comfy, yeah, and very handsome indeed. So let's go on to the inside, and before I do that, let's just show you the condition of the car in the back there. Now, because this is the SEL, has a slightly smaller wheels than the sport model vehicles, the ride is ever so slightly softer. It also doesn't do that sort of tram lining which cars with bigger wheels can do. Now I'm going to start the car up. Now on these later 6s, which were, dare I say it, about 2017 onwards, you've got the heads-up display, which is superb, something I think is essential on cars moving forwards, because it's a lot safer to see your basic sat-nav function, your speed limits, your speed, your warning, all up here. Now there you go, look at that, there's the mileage, 7,200, hope you can see that, and 54 miles. Now look at this, over the last 1,496.5 miles, this car has accomplished 39 mpg. Now that's superb. Now I know you're probably thinking, oh hold on, the Octavia does this or this does that, you know, with their 1-litre engines, maybe on paper, but in the real world I don't think you'll get better than that, unless you went down the diesel route. And you know, I think for overall efficiency, this is more efficient than, you know, the cost of electric and etc. off an electric car, which we obviously do, but that's my personal opinion. Okay, you've got reach and rake on the steering column, to get yourself nice and comfy. Automatic wipers. You've got radar cruise control. Now this is an option now on our later cars, so it just shows, you know, how advanced these were. You've got your trip computer. You've got a very good Bluetooth hands-free system, which is very quick to pair, and it also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Don't worry that that's blanked out. That's only because I don't have my cable plugged in. Okay, but I believe it's wireless Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto, and then you can use your sat nav and all the other apps on your phone that are compatible with the car. You've got climate control, dual zone. You've got a 6-speed auto gearbox. Now I just want to say, this gearbox is not one of these like dual clutch or wet clutch gearboxes. It is traditional in terms of it's smooth and seamless. It doesn't lurch around or roll back on hills, which I think is fantastic, because if you're used to driving, you know, an automatic with a torque converter, which this has, you're used to that lovely sort of seamless drive. And a lot of manufacturers have employed these sort of semi-automatic, more complicated gearboxes, which we have had trouble with because we do retail a lot of our part exchanges, and we've noticed the reliability isn't quite there, and also the drivability, it just doesn't feel right to me. Okay, you've got the electric handbrake, you've got the multimedia commander. Now I'm just going to try this actually. Yeah, this is still touch screen. I would never encourage you to use it as a touch screen. I'll just get used to using this here. You've got entertainment, so your DAB radio, etc. There's something for everyone on there, I should imagine. AHA Stitcher. Look, there's me. There you go. I've let you know my name there. My name's Homer, by the way. My phone is connected, so I can access my phone book, etc., etc. And because I have an Android phone, it will also notify me and give me the option to read my text messages out. All right. And then you've got USB 1 and 2, which live here. So you can also get music from there, as well as stream it through the Bluetooth, which is what I tend to do. Okay, the navigation, it's a fantastic system, and once again, if you've watched any of my previous vehicles, I have used this to get to the natural border between Poland, Slovakia and the Czech Republic, and it did a fantastic job. For UK driving, just put the postcode in. You know, if you're abroad, country, town, street name, did a fantastic job, really did. So a big fan of the sat nav, and very easy to use. In the settings page here, you've got your heads-up display. You can change the height there, rotation, brightness, etc. Okay. Display settings, you can turn that off. Safety settings, now look at this. So you've got distance recognition support system, which is the radar cruise control. You've got smart city brake support and smart brake support. So it'll actually brake for you should you get too close to somebody when you're doing under 20 miles an hour and you've got no driver input. So I'll give you an example. It's the best way I can explain it. If you're in traffic, slow moving traffic, stop, start, you know, you're sort of dozing off, you're getting bored, you're looking out the window and your car's sort of creeping along. Should you be creeping along and the car in front stops, for example, you know, you've got your eye off the road. If your car gets too close, it'll apply the brakes. That's providing you're not turning, accelerating, braking. So basically there's no driver input. And also, if you're driving along and the car believes you're going to have a collision, it will also apply the brakes. Now, if you find it intrusive, you can actually change the sensitivity or turn it off completely. Okay, so that's a really good thing to have. It's also got blind spot monitoring. Now, these were extras on the earlier cars, quite an expensive extra. I think probably £2,000 worth of extras, but you've got blind spot monitoring. So if someone was to undertake you or overtake you, it'll light up in the wing mirror. Someone's coming from the inside outside, and if you were going to pull out, it'll actually bleep as well. So I think that's great. You've got lane keep assist. It'll actually keep you in lane. Okay, and if you were to let go and the car corrected you twice, okay, it'll then come up, hold the steering wheel. I'm not encouraging you to do that, of course, just to give you try to illustrate what this actually does, but you'll actually feel a little bit of resistance in the wheel. So the car it's got all the essentials. It's got a brilliant sound system. Okay, it's not the Bose sound system, but it's superb. I personally, you know, wouldn't know the difference because I don't play my music really loud or anything like that. In fact, I tend to listen to sort of documentaries and things like that, so I've become very, very boring. The clock is GPS synced. You've got some nice convenience features, coming home lights, leaving home lights, etc. So this car is a Mazda approved car. It will come with the balance of the warranty, which is like 2 and a bit years. We'll do the first service on the vehicle. We'll give it a good valet, put the mats back in, reinstall the mats, ready for the next keeper. Okay, now I'm quite excited about having this car because you can't get a new one. So people will be looking for these late ones because they have a bit of a following. All right, but if you'd like any more info on the car, any further photos, videos, anything else at all, please give us a shout via email, pick up the phone, and if it's out of our regular business hours, don't let that stop you from inquiring. You know, leave a voicemail, we will pick it up, or drop us an email and we'll come back to you. Okay, now a couple of things. We've got great finance facilities. Okay, just please do inquire. We've also got a fantastic part exchange facility, and I'll tell you why it's fantastic, because you'll get the best deal with a part exchange. Yeah, we want your part exchange. Doesn't matter what it is. We've just sold a Jaguar F-Pace, which we took in part exchange against one of our CX-60s. You will get the best deal with a part exchange, but please do punch your reg number in and do all those things that we're heavily encouraged to do these days, and give us a shout. We want your car, and we want you to have a nice, seamless buying experience. Okay. If you've dealt with us before, thanks for considering us again, and hopefully you are doing that because you're pleased with the service that you got. If you've not, and you're wondering what sort of people we are to do business with, please do check out our reviews. We work really hard for them, and it will give you a good representation of who you're doing business with. Okay, so I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have done, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.